Hi everyone! In this video, we'll learn how we can create a more inclusive and understanding environment for those who've served. Here's what we'll cover: the adjustments veterans may go through after service, our role in veterans reintegration, and some do's and don'ts of working with and supporting veterans. As you might know, when veterans return to civilian life, they aren't just rejoining the workplace. Reintegration isn't automatic. Moreover, as colleagues, we shape their experience. Let's get started with understanding an important point: who exactly is considered a veteran? Veterans are individuals who have served in combat, held military positions, and returned to civilian life after their service. No two veterans share the exact same experience. Their time in service, whether on the front lines or in support roles, can bring shifts in their perspectives, habits, and emotions. That is why adjusting to everyday tasks and routines may take time. Workplace cultures and expectations may feel unfamiliar at first. Also, they may approach problem solving, teamwork, or leadership differently than those who haven't served. To build on that understanding, let's take a closer look at some of the common challenges veterans may encounter as they transition. The first challenge they often face is adjusting to civilian life. After high-intensity environments, everyday tasks can feel insignificant, and even common sounds can be overwhelming. Another common hurdle is finding meaningful work. Veterans often struggle to match their skills to civilian jobs, adapt to new workplace cultures, or even figure out what they truly want. But beyond the job search, there is also the challenge of rebuilding relationships. War changes people. Connecting with family and friends can feel impossible, leading to isolations and self-doubt. And for many, these emotional challenges are compounded by a lack of preparation. Many had no military experience before combat, making both transition to war and back home even harder. On top of that, some face challenges with housing and stability, financial stress, unstable housing, and even homelessness are real challenges for many. And even when basic needs are met, the emotional toll can continue a long road to adaptation. The struggle doesn't end after service. Feelings of being overwhelmed, loss of purpose, or lack of structure can lead to depression, anxiety, or post-traumatic stress disorder. Society often views veterans through a singular lens: the military service. While their time in the armed forces is a crucial part of their identity, it doesn't define them entirely. Veterans are also parents, spouses, entrepreneurs, consumers, neighbors and friends, team members, volunteers and leaders, etc. They are individuals with diverse talents, identities, aspirations, and goals. The best way to honor them is to see all they are and all they can become. Here's how we as a team can support them. First and foremost, be a team member who values veteran employees. Veterans bring discipline, leadership, and unique skills. Recognize and support their contributions. Another key point is helping others see veterans as team members, not just soldiers. Foster connections that help veterans feel included in civilian life. An equally important aspect is supporting reintegration. Patience, open communication, offering resources and emotional support are crucial during this time. Finally, it's crucial to move beyond stereotypes and embrace their full identity. Avoid treating them differently and respect their diverse contributions to the team and society. Even with the best intentions, some questions or comments can feel intrusive, uncomfortable, or out of place. Let's take a look at a few examples of what not to say so we can avoid missteps and show genuine respect. We'll begin with the first set of red flags, questions about the horror of war and death. For example, did you kill anyone? How many people did you kill? Or did you see severed body parts? This can be deeply upsetting and are best avoided entirely. Now, let's talk about questions that cross personal boundaries like, did you bring back any weapons? Or, what does it feel like to kill someone? Even if they sound curious, they can come off as insensitive or inappropriate. Some topics are simply not within a veteran's control or responsibility, yet people still ask. For example, when will our prisoners of war be exchanged? Or when will the war finally end? These questions can place unfair pressure on them. Lastly, it's important not to reduce veterans' experience to a single narrative. For example, I was going to join the war too, but... Or, I know Stepan, he became wild after the war. Or, here are two more. Who even needs this war? No one sent you there. Remember that making assumptions or projecting opinions can feel dismissive or judgmental. That is why, when speaking with a veteran, respect, openness, and avoiding assumptions are key. A good approach is to keep it natural, acknowledge their return, and let them set the tone of how much they want to share. With that in mind, let's take a look at some positive ways to interact and communicate. Simple greetings can make someone feel seen and supported without overstepping. For example, it's great to see you back. How's everything going for you? Or, welcome back. Let me know if there is anything I can do to help you as you settle in. Next, you can focus on the present and their comfort level. For example, how are you adjusting to being back? This shows care without digging into detail they may not want to share. Let them lead the conversation. If they want to talk about their service, listen without prying. If they shift the conversation to work or everyday topics, follow their lead. If you're unsure, default to a friendly, work-related conversation, just as you would with any colleague returning from time away. The goal is to create a comfortable, judgment-free space where they can reintegrate at their own pace. Here are some more phrases for daily meetings. Welcome back. We're glad to have you on a team again. Or another example, let's get started. If you ever need a refresher or have questions, just ask like any of us would after time away. Or, we know getting back into the workflow takes some adjustments, so feel free to jump in or ask any questions as we go. Feel free to guide the conversation toward topics like hobbies and pets, life before the war, or daily routines. Let's go over a few tips that can help create a more respectful and comfortable space for conversation. Tip number 1. Be mindful of triggers. Avoid discussions about war or combat unless the veteran brings it up. Focus on comfortable, present-day topics. Next, be aware of personal boundaries. Some veterans may be sensitive to physical gestures. Respect their personal space and be aware of body language. Another key point is to respect, don't over-glorify. Honor their service, but avoid excessive praise. Treat them as individuals first. Finally, always speak with tact. Listen more than you speak, and avoid pushing your opinions on political or personal matters. Respect their unique perspectives. Remember, Reintegration is a journey, not a one-day event. As a team, we can ensure that veterans returning to the workplace feel respected and included. Thanks for being part of this important training. Take care.